What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Marks, and of course, yet again today, Newcastle took on Wolves down at the Molyneux's 3 o'clock kickoff it was, and of course, as you can guess by the title of this video, it did not go in Newcastle United's favour. We did not come away with our first win of the season, and I've got to say, whoever the person was, that said Steve Bruce would be the right man for the Newcastle United job, you need to be fucking sacked and locked up, because literally the way Steve Bruce has managed this team in the 3 fucking seasons that he has been here is absolutely dreadful. If you look at the way we were performing when Rafa Benitez was here, we looked like a winning side. We looked like a team that could compete at the top of the table. Maybe not in the top 4, but we could compete for at least a Europa League spot. But under Steve fucking Bruce, we look like we're more playing against non-leaguers. It's absolutely beyond a joke. It looks like we should be playing non-leaguers the way we're performing out there. We looked a little bit better today in the first 7 minutes, but then it just completely went downhill once again. And why? Because we see the camera pan across to the dugout, and here's Agnew and Steve Bruce just gobbing away to each other. These two guys are the guys that are meant to be doing the defensive side of the work at Newcastle on the training ground. And if they're doing the defensive work, no fucking wonder we are losing the games that we are losing. These games that we have had, we've had Wolves, we've had Watford, we've had so many chances to get wins this season already in these first 7 games, and we still haven't fucking picked up the first win of the season. We're getting scored against by Hwang Chan, who was at RB Leipzig last season, and he comes in and scores on the 20th minute against a run of play, mind you, as well, because we actually had some pretty good chances within them first 7 minutes. And then we see dodgy plays by Caldolo. What was that save by Caldolo for the Hwang Chan chance on goal? It was absolutely dreadful. He didn't even look anything like the Caldolo that was seen last season. Again, we don't have Martin Dubravka to start the season. We haven't had him since last season. We didn't have him at the start of the season. The last time we had him, was the season just after Rafa had left, the first season under Steve Bruce, and we had Martin Dubravka, and that's just absolutely beyond a joke. Since Steve Bruce has came in, how many players have been on the injury table? How many players, is going to continue to be on the injury table with this dinosaur of a manager? Maybe you can't blame last season's players being on the injury table through Steve Bruce, because we did have COVID running through the team, which, fair enough, at the end of the day, there is that. But, before COVID even came on the scene, there was quite a few injuries with Steve Bruce as the manager. Maxi, again, he's the star of the show for Newcastle, and he just doesn't have anybody around him that is of the same quality to put in that same effort that he does every game. I really feel sorry for Maxi, because every week he goes out there, he puts in the effort and he puts in the performances, and, the other players on the team, there's just none that put in that same effort. Maybe it's Matt Ritchie, you can give a shout to for putting in an effort, because it's Matt Ritchie and he's always a professional in his work. Almiron, he puts in a good effort as well. But the other players, there's ones that you can pick out that just seem to be absolutely off their game. Sean Longstaff, for one, I know he scored in the last game against Watford, but literally Sean Longstaff has not been the same Sean Longstaff when Rafa Benitez was here. Ever since he got that offer from Man United and the other cartel members, he's had his head turned and he's wanted to be away. And to be honest, I'll literally put you in the fucking taxi myself and send you to them teams, because the way you are performing in a black and white shirt is absolutely beyond a fucking joke. And, you know, you can possibly say that it's because he doesn't have a manager like Rafa Benitez there, somebody who, you know, can push every ounce of skill out of a player. You know, you've got a manager like Steve Bruce, who is well below par for a Premier League manager. He's well and truly out of his depth in my mind. And, you know, we've got the game against Tottenham coming up after this international break. I just cannot see we're picking up a win in that game. We've got Palace after that. You know, can we pick up a win in that one? Who knows? You know, because we haven't been able to pick up a win in the game against Watford. We haven't been able to pick up a win in the game against bloody Wolves today, have we? So, you know, who knows what happens in that game against Palace. Then we've got Chelsea after that. You know, when are we going to pick up the first win of the season? That's what we need to know. You know, and we're heading towards dangerous territory. We're in 19th place in the Premier League now. We've got 3 points out of 7 games played. There's already a gap starting to form. You can see it, you know, with 16th place Leeds already on 6 points out of 7 games played. There's already Arsenal up in 9th place with 10 points out of 7 games played. It is really looking beyond a joke, and something needs to be changed. We've got this international break. You know, whoever is in charge at Newcastle at the higher up level, and I'm sure I already know who it is. It'll probably be Pennyfold. You know, take this international break, use it wisely, get rid of Steve Bruce, bring in somebody like Eddie Howe, Chris Wilder, you know, or somebody else, you know, with some experience in this game and knows what they're doing. Not somebody like Steve Bruce, who is only in it for the pay packet and clearly will only go and leave Newcastle if he gets his compensation, which, to be honest, I would give him it because it's only $2 fucking million anyway. You know, what's that to Mike Ashley? What's that? Somebody that's a billionaire and owns House of Fraser and Sports Direct. You know, he's got all these bloody retail businesses. Why doesn't he just pay $2 fucking stinking measly million to Steve Bruce and get him the fuck out of our club so we can get back to winning fucking ways? I do apologise, of course, for the rant in this video, but I just can't help it because literally 7 fucking games and we still haven't picked up a win yet. 8 games if you include that game against Burnley in the League Cup as well, which that was an absolute fucking shambles because Burnley were absolutely dreadful and we were really unlucky to end up coming away from that game on the end of a defeat. But I just don't see where we're going to pick up this win. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember, like, share, subscribe to 100% Mags. And hopefully, we'll have a new manager before that international break is over. But I just cannot see anybody making that fucking decision. But let us know your thoughts anyway, down in the comments below. As always, I'll see you all next time. Farewell a lot.